Jackson MTHEMBU was born on the 5th of June 1958 in Witbank. For his higher education, he went to the University of Fort Hare. MTHEMBU was a loyal member of the African National Congress. Jackson MTHEMBU was a well-known South African politician who served this government as the member of the parliament for the African National Congress. He once served this government as the national spokesperson for the ANC. He then became the chief whip while Jacob Zuma was still the president. He was then elected to be the minister in the presidency of South African government, where he served until his last days. On Thursday morning, Jackson MTHEMBU was announced dead due to COVID-19 complications. Mr. MTHEMBU was diagnosed with COVID-19 on Monday, 11th of January. This news sent shockwaves to the whole of South Africa. Minister MTHEMBU was admitted at the military hospital in Tshwane, where he received medical attention for abdominal pain and underwent several tests, including a COVID-19 test which came back positive. President Cyril Ramaphosa expressed nothing but his deepest sorrow and shock of Mr. MTHEMBU's passing. Mr. President went on and said Minister MTHEMBU was an exemplary leader, an activist, and a lifelong champion of freedom and democracy. He was a loved and greatly respected comrade whose passing leaves this nation at a great loss. Different politicians from different political parties sent their condolences to the MTHEMBU's family as they are going through this difficult time.
We have lost a true patriot. I think South Africa is both devastated and shocked to learn of the passing of Minister MTHEMBU. But, you know, one of the things that we will always remember about him is that he was one of those very few ANC ministers who was always very much prepared to reach across the aisle, who was somebody who was always demonstrating their love for South Africa. And he also had a great and a wicked sense of humor. And so many of us who were in parliament with him will definitely remember him for that, and definitely remember him for always bringing, you know, some humor and some joy in some of the most tense, sometimes, parliamentary sittings over the years. And, you know, one of the things that was also just so incredible about Minister MTHEMBU is that, you know, he never shied away from accountability, and he never shied away from the work that needed to be done by Parliament. And so in his recent position as the minister in the presidency, he was always willing and always prepared to accept accountability and to accept oversight from Parliament. And even when many of our colleagues from across the aisle would ask him difficult questions, he understood what the role of Parliament was, and he understood that as a South African first and foremost, that was the job that he had at hand. And so we really are sending our deepest condolences to his family and to the ANC and to his friends and to some of his colleagues.
We have lost a remarkable person for the ANC. He's come a long way with the African National Congress. From a young student in the 70s, Comrade Jackson grew into one of those formidable political actors in the country who sincerely believed that South Africa could be transformed to make a better life for all of its people. Comrade Jackson was an outstanding organizer in what used to be known as the Eastern Transvaal in his younger days. He grew into somebody who joined government and was an MEC in Mpumalanga. He was a chief whip of the ANC, but primarily he was the voice and the face of the ANC for many, many years.
The sad news of Minister MTHEMBU with great sadness. He was one of those special human beings, a man full of passion, a man who was kind, a man who treated everybody with respect, including members of the opposition. He had humor. On a number of occasions, I would go to the restaurant in Parliament and see him sitting alone. I would join him because it was always a pleasure to talk to him. He demonstrated what respect to people as a leader and as a minister was. And because he respected all, he also enjoyed respect from his colleagues, particularly we in the opposition. He had a relationship with us that other ministers did not have. We are definitely going to miss him sorely. I do not know anybody in Parliament who did not like him or who spoke negatively about him, because he was also a man of his word. Whatever Jackson MTHEMBU would say, you would know that is. He believed in integrity, and in Parliament, when it came to his work, he did his work with great respect, diligence, and integrity. So on behalf of the ACDP, particularly my colleagues in Parliament who wanted to say something about this man they admired so much and respected so much, on behalf of the ACDP, I want to convey my sincere condolences to his wife, children, his family at large, and also members of the ANC.
Mr. MTHEMBU leaves behind his wife Thembi MTHEMBU and his 5 children. Mr. MTHEMBU died with his working boots on while working for the people of South Africa. Rest in peace, comrade. Rest in peace, MTHEMBU. Until we meet again.